Chris, thank you for joining me. Really appreciate you taking the time. Can you just introduce yourself, give us your background and who you are?
Yeah, sure. So, well, thanks for inviting me along, Seb. So my name is Chris McConnell. I'm a kind of advanced dentist working in Cornwall, and I'm currently president of the British Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry.
Okay, and how long have you been working with the BACD for now? And what's your background with the BACD?
Okay, gosh. So I've been a member of BACD for a long time. I really joined with them initially because I was interested in cosmetic dentistry, and I wanted to find the outlet that would kind of support me and find out kind of where I should be going to look for things, what courses I should be doing, how I should be growing and evolving. And so the BACD sort of hit the nail on the head. So I joined up back, I think, in 2005. And then it's just kind of evolved, and through attending events, you obviously meet people. The good thing about the BACD is that it's like a family, and the older people are there to support the younger people, and everyone's there on the same journey. And it's really good as that kind of, for want of a word, a mentorship. So you can kind of meet people, and these are people who've made the mistakes already. So you discuss cases with them, and they help guide you. And equally, I'm now fortunate enough to be one of the older lot and mentoring the younger guys coming through. So it's a give and take thing. And then so I started kind of getting involved with committees and everything about 10 years ago. Helping out, doing bits and bobs, and then it just kind of evolved through, to going on to board, being comms director for a few years, and then on to the president pathway. And here we find we do the president position this year, which is a huge honour.
Yeah, of course. Well, like you say, you're the new president. So what does that involve, and what plans do you have as part of being president?
So being president is really being the kind of the spokesperson or the figurehead for the academy for that year. There's a lot of responsibility that goes with it, and it's one that we don't take on lightly, and it's not done lightly. There is a huge amount of work that is done in the background. And at conference, I was speaking to someone, and they went, "Oh, so how much do you get paid to do this?" And it's like, nothing. We do it for nothing. In fact, we usually pay because we've got to pay for travel and accommodation to get to our events. So it's not something that is paid for. It's something that you do for the love of it. It's something that you do to kind of give back to the academy. Really what we're looking to do for this year is, post-COVID, one of the things we realised at our conference in Edinburgh, which was amazing, and because you guys were up there as well, is people met up for the first time, and suddenly we found, what, socialising is part of what we're about. It's about that networking, it's about the interaction, human to human. So what we're really looking at going forward is all our educational events are now going to have a huge social event attached to it, because as well as education, which is important, and that's our kind of core remit, the kind of socializing and interaction part is also massively important. So every event from now on is going to have a really good social event. So if anyone's planning to do an educational event, keep the evening free, because there's always a lovely social event going on. We're also looking at trying to raise awareness of cosmetic dentistry with our industry. In order to, so really people should be providing cosmetic dentistry ethically, and they should have really some form of basic training. There's a lot of dentists out there on the high street who, NHS dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, fillers, Botox, implants, they're just names that they chuck out. And really to do any of those, you need to really invest a lot of time, effort, energy, money into learning how to do it properly. So we really want to try to educate our industry. But look, cosmetic dentistry is more about just than doing a white filling or some veneers. There's a lot of stuff you need to know. There's occlusion, there's material science, there's bonding, there's stresses on teeth, there's longevity, there's looking at TMJ issues in order to get your work ethically lasting for that patient. So we want to raise awareness of that. And obviously we have our education programs are geared towards the learning that's required. But we also want to raise with the public the awareness that, look, cosmetic dentistry if you're getting it done, just make sure that the person who's doing it has the core basic training in cosmetic dentistry, and really, it's to safeguard patients. And we see it in the media all the time. And as the BACD, we get approached by all the media all the time. Can you comment on, Jordan's new veneers, on Ryland, on this, on that? And so we're having to kind of be spokesperson as well. So to raise awareness with the public, I think, is also very important moving forward for this year.
Okay, and do you think that is the biggest challenge facing cosmetic dentistry over the next 12 months?
I mean, the big problem, as I said, with the word cosmetic dentistry is just banded as a word. Okay, and you do need quite a bit of training to understand how to provide this responsibly and morally for your patients, so that they're getting the longevity of their work. I think it's always a hard one, because you're battling the kind of the patient perceptions of what they see on Facebook and Instagram and all this, and they, we look at them, and there's a lot of stuff that we see that we cringe at. And indeed, our group today was posting something going, look at this. This is just, what is this work that this person has delivered in this patient? But certain patients are happy with that kind of work. So it's a fine line of where to go. But really what we want to try to do with patients is just raise awareness and go, look, just check that the person that's doing your teeth, that they just have some basic training and knowledge about what to do. And it's really safeguarding the patient, which at the end of the day is what we all want. And as an advanced dental surgeon, I see a lot of people come into my clinic who have had cosmetic dentistry go wrong. And so I see it firsthand and go, actually, this went wrong because they didn't look at this, they didn't understand ABC, whatever it was. So whose fault is that? Is it the patient's fault for going to the wrong place? Is it the dentist's fault for working maybe kind of outside of scope? So it's a bit of a chicken and an egg. And really what we want to do is go, look, we want everybody to access cosmetic dentistry, which is massively on the rise. Okay, patients are now coming in saying, I want some bonding. I mean, I've never heard them say, I want bonding. So it's out there. So there's demand for it, but we want dentists to be able to provide it as well. So we're here inclusively for everybody, and to go, look, let's get that training. Let's get you really step up a gear. Patients, let's get you using the right person. And so we're just trying to drive forward the positive cycle for it all, for everybody, really. So, yeah.
Okay, and you mentioned there that there's been a boom in cosmetic dentistry, particularly over the last 12 months. How do you think dentistry can keep that momentum going?
I don't think we have to worry about it, if I'm being honest. It's kind of multifactorial, really. Brexit has without a doubt played a massive impact on dental access in the UK, not cosmetic dentistry, just dental access. Then secondly, COVID obviously has accelerated this problem somewhat, and the NHS clinics, in whatever's happening with the NHS and their reduction in output, has also compounded. Then we've got all the stresses of staff that have now started to leave the profession, and especially nursing staff, support nurse and stuff. So there's a huge kind of there's multifactorial compounding issues here. I think dentistry at the moment, I'm really excited about. I really think you get the feel across the board that we're in kind of new territory now, and this is the start of the next evolution of dentistry, and it is really exciting. I wish I was 15 years younger, because the stuff that I'm seeing now is like, wow, this is really amazing. We've got digital coming out. We've got a multitude of the different apps with smile designs coming out for patients. Patients are already really motivated. They already know what's going on. They're coming in asking for stuff, like I said, using the word bonding. So they're really motivated. And I think cosmetic dentistry is, without a shadow of a doubt, is on the up. And I was reading a really interesting article the other day where it was going, where does cosmetic procedures become normalized? And they were referring back to, if you go back, 80 years, 100 years, having a bath or a shower every day was not normal. And if you had one every day, it was viewed as almost cosmetic. Well, now we have one every day, it's normalized. Then you have people, brushing, keeping their teeth clean, or even in our cases, straightening teeth. Straightening ortho. Now, when I was a kid back in the 70s and the 80s, ortho was something that wasn't done very much, but now all the kids almost have it as a rite of passage. So it's become normalized. And I think we're seeing this with lots and lots of different things coming through, and cosmetic dentistry always becoming normalized from the point of view that people know what bonding is, they know what composite veneers are, they're using the word Invisalign, alignment. I had someone come in and want align, bleach, and bond, please. I'm like, where are you hearing this? So this is normalizing. So I think cosmetic dentistry, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to take off. Or it has already, but it will continue to rise. And the issue, as I said earlier, is not in the provision of the care, but in making sure that whatever we do works well and works long term. So that's our challenge. Cosmetic dentistry is on the up. Yep, you just need to look at any lectures or anything going on. It's cosmetic and digital. It's up there. So yeah, it's a really good time. It's really exciting.
Yeah, brilliant. And as that booms, Chris, where do you see the BACD positioning itself over the next 5 or so years?
That's a really great question. Really what we are is, number one, we're an inclusive academy. Okay, so we encourage people to join who are interested in the cosmetic dental journey. It's important to us as well not to get too big. That's not our goal. Our goal is to be small enough to be supportive, yet big enough to be able to affect change. So it's not that we're going to suddenly, we have no wishes or desires to kind of expand massively. We want to really kind of focus on the education part. We have the accreditation pathway, where you have to demonstrate to a group of peers the level of your work. We also then, once you get to that level, you have the fellowship program, which again really steps up and demonstrates that you really know your chips and you know what's going on. So this pathway is really, really essential to the BACD. And it's really supportive from students all the way through to, now people are retiring, but they're still staying connected. So the whole kind of the spectrum. And so really kind of moving forward 5 to 10 years, we'd like to see the academy just consolidate, probably grow modestly, but our intentions are not to grow aggressively with that, because then we lose the whole network point of view, and that's what it's about. So yeah, really exciting, get people on board. And as I was saying, we're engaging a lot with patients now, and patients are now coming in going, are you a BACD dentist? That's really where we want to go, because that's the stamp for going, this dentist is providing ethical dentistry.
Perfect. Chris, that's all the questions from me. Is there anything else that you feel like you wanted to add?
No, just one thing really, and it's I suppose our education for next year, which is fantastic. And we've got a hands-on regional days, which is the first time we're doing this for some big things. But the big one for us is conference in November in 2022, which is in the ICC in Wales, which is just near Celtic Manor. And we're really excited already about that. Following on from conference in Edinburgh, which was amazing and was such a buzz. The ICC Wales in November 22, we have Frank Spear coming over to speak from the US, and Frank Spear is a massive one. He hasn't spoken in Europe for the last 9 years. We're really looking forward to this. There's tons of interest already from all over Europe. We've had people from Dubai ring up, can I get a ticket, America? So we're really looking forward to that. And our platinum sponsors next year are Boutique Whitening, and they're putting on a huge boutique style party, or boutique BACD party on the Thursday night. So we're really looking forward to that. So as well as I was saying, as well as the education, it's also about the social and networking.
Perfect. Chris, thank you for your time. Really appreciate talking to you. Thank you.
No worries, Seb. Thank you very much.